Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo, and look what I got. Aren't these fun little charms? And look at these beads. These are a dyed howlite. Aren't they beautiful? Today I'm going to take both these elements and we're going to make some earrings. Since these charms are gold, they have a gold tint to them there, I'm going to use some gold ear wires, and then I'm going to use this gold tone craft wire from Ben Craft. And we're also going to need some wire cutters, round nose pliers, and I'm using some flat nose pliers. So the first thing I need to do is determine if I'm going to use the blue smiley faces or the white. I like them both. I also need to pick through here and see which of these beads I want to use. So maybe what I'll do first is pick through the beads, and then that can help determine which smiley faces. Because like I could pick the white ones, which I'd probably use these guys. If I did the blue ones, I'd probably use these. Like those two right there would be really pretty. I really like this, though. If we could find some that's got some of the inclusion. In fact, these two right here. Well, let me pick through here, and then I'll be back. All right, I picked a few options. I really like these. Let's see, we could put them on there. That gives it more of an organic look. We could put them over here. I think I like them better with the white. Or we could do that. Or we could do this. I don't know. Which one do you like the best? Maybe I can find something else to hang with these. Maybe like a seashell. Let's see, where are my shells? Maybe not quite that big. Something like that. If I could find a couple of those, that would be good. So I'm going to actually set those aside for a project on a different day. And maybe I'll make both of these today. By the way, before I get to working on these, I just want to show you these beads once again and let you know where I got them from. They are from Bead Craft. I will leave a link to their website along with links to these things I'm using and some other stuff that I got. And at the end of this video, I'll leave another link to a video unboxing these pretty items. Oh, and by the way, there'll be a coupon code for you too in the description box below. All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of this wire and I'm going to leave it on the spool. Where is the end of it? There it is. All right, so straighten out my wire. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see what I'm doing better. And let's move these aside. We're going to work on the blue ones first. So I'm just going to take the bead and put it on the wire. And then I take my round nose pliers. I'm just basically making a link. And depending on how big you want your wrap will determine how long your tail is. I'm not going to do a very big wrap. Before I start wrapping though, I am going to put my charm on there. Like so. And then I could take my flat nose pliers and just grab a hold of that. And either with my another set of pliers or my fingers, I can just wrap that around and kind of push the wraps together a little bit. I think I'll use my round nose pliers here so I can straighten that up. And once I've got it wrapped, there's going to be something poking out here. And you don't want that because that is not very comfortable to wear. So we're just going to squeeze that. Kind of tuck it in. And then I just feel around to make sure it's still not scratchy. And then I'm going to draw my bead down there. And I'm feeling around again for any scratchiness. I don't feel any. Isn't that a nice little simple pair of earrings? Then I'm just going to wrap another loop here. Clip that off, tuck in the end. These are really quick little earrings. And depending on what kind of beads and charms you can use the same technique with so many different, like I said, charms, and maybe you could put like a crystal on the top. All right, let's open this up very carefully. You don't want to be too rough because, yes, you could break these. And you do want to make sure, since there is a front and a back, you want to make sure you're hanging your earring correctly, that it's not backwards. And once you've got it hanging correctly, just close it up. And there you have a nice little simple earring. Now I'm going to finish the rest of these and I'll be back to show you what they all look like. One thing I want to show you, I'm not doing this with these, but I do want to show you that you can use little bead caps, which dresses it up quite a bit. Aren't those pretty? So that would make it just give it a little different look. And there they are, all finished. Oh, I love them. I'm not for sure which one I really like the best, but I think I'm going to keep this one for me, and I'm going to give this one to my sister. The reason being is because one of these ear wires, I fixed it a little bit, but it was a little wonky, and I don't like to give gifts that have wonkiness to them, but I can keep the wonkiness because you're really not going to be able to see it. But these are very simple to do, and they look nice. And this technique, like I said, you can use in a variety of different beads to get a very different look. I want to thank y'all for joining me, and hope y'all have a great day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.